What's up, guys? I apologize for the audio. I got this server running in the background and it is kind of noisy. So it's been quite a while since I visited this whole home lab networking situation I've got going on, and I'll get to that in a second. But I'm going to start with opening up this UPS. I'm about to say UPC. Opening up this UPS. This is a UPS from Triplite. Now I got this on eBay for a crazy deal. It was $199, and this thing is a 1400 watt, battery backup. And the eBay listing said that this was used. No, it said that it was used but never been used. It was new but never been deployed. I guess that's the word. So it was. So they had none of real pictures. They just had stock pictures, and I was a little bit afraid, but the eBay seller had plenty, hundreds, if not a couple of thousand of sales. So I felt pretty good about it. So as you can see, this thing looks pretty brand new. So I don't know if it's just one of those situations where it was sold, sat somewhere, and then got sold again, and it had to be sold as used. So it's got rails and everything in here. All the documentation. The rails. And this thing is super heavy. The documentation is like, I believe it said it's over 70 pounds for this UPS. So I did look it up, and the MSRP for this thing, it's being sold right now for just under $900. So I don't know how they were selling it so cheap. I don't know if they fell off the back of a truck or what might have happened, but I really hit a jackpot. And for real, I was only looking to spend like $100 and $150 for a used one, and was hoping maybe I could get a couple of years out of the battery before I had to replace it. So $199 was a little bit more than I wanted to pay, but when I seen what was here, I knew that I had to go ahead and go for it. Oh, this thing's heavy. All right. Look at that. I'd say that's pretty brand new, guys. Now, being that this is 1400 watts, and I did hear that sometimes these things will pull too many amps, will trip a breaker, and I am kind of interested in knowing like how much power does this thing pull to charge up. And I couldn't find my kilowatt device, but I do have one of these smart thing plugs. So I was gonna plug it into here, because this will tell me within my app how many watts it's actually pulling. And they give you USB cable, serial, all your stuff for mounting it. On the back of the UPS, you can see we got comms, this through the serial port, USB. Looks like a network connection, but it says EPO, so I'm not exactly sure. What else we got? Some kind of delay, an accessory slot, and then here's the main deal. We got 8 plugs. So it looks like we got 4 on load. Well, it says, okay, load 1, load 2, and load 4, unswitched. I'm not an expert, guys. I don't know what the hell this means. I'm gonna have to take a look at the manuals. But I'm gonna get this thing turned on, and hopefully it doesn't trip a breaker or trip my GFCI or GFI, whatever the heck. Ground fault interrupter circuit that all this stuff is plugged into. So let's see. So like I said, I'm gonna use this to try to monitor how much power it's pulling while it's charging. And I'm just gonna leave it here and hopefully it'll charge up. And then once it stops charging, I kind of want to see how much power this just uses on its own. So turn this around. All right, guys, I'm plugging this in right now. I guess I got to turn on this button. So it's got its own fan. It's not super loud, but it definitely adds to the noise. Let me put my microphone over here. So that's the fan. Looks like a 80 millimeter. Maybe that's a 92 or something. Okay, so this is not bad. 112, 113 watts. 118. So it's not that bad at all while it's charging. Well, as usual, all this stuff is a much bigger pain in the ass than I would like, but it's just how it is. It's just how it is. Promise I'm gonna do something about all these wires, but let's try to get this thing installed. All right. And that UPS is deployed. So guys, this is why it's been so long since I've actually made any videos pertaining to my home network. It's because I've been breaking motherboards left and right. Actually, this one might work. I might have to test this one again. That one's definitely broke. These are two super micro boards. As you can see, dual sockets. And then this is my Asus board. And this is actually my first one. And it worked right out of the gate, but I didn't think it worked because I was too stupid to look at the documentation and see how the memory needed to be installed for it to boot. But after spending hundreds of dollars on these, I'm back to this one and it's actually working. So I've actually have Unraid installed. I've got 8 usable terabytes, and I'm actually, I have it out here because I was doing a lot of testing and trying to figure out why it wouldn't post. And I thought maybe I was grounding something out, so that's why it's like this. And it's been sitting like this for 2 weeks just running. So I gotta test this one more time because I think there might be a watchdog situation that causing this one to turn off. So that's all this mess. You see, I've got some hard drives, some extra hard drives. Got some memory hanging around. Got some extra CPUs over there. I might actually be switching to these CPUs because these might use too much power. So we're gonna do some monitoring and see how much power is actually being used. Now, here's the rack. And I know it is not pretty. My plan was to mount, this stuff up here. I was gonna mount this stuff up here, but that's not happening. I actually plan on getting rid of AT&T. I absolutely hate this router, and get Google Fiber. I have AT&T fiber right now, and it's fast, but other than that, I don't like it.
So guys, being that I'm a master procrastinator, I've actually put this together, and this server has been deployed for probably about a year now, and I'm just now getting together to do something with the video. But here we are. As stated earlier in the video, I did check those super micro motherboards, or the one in particular I thought might work. For some reason, it would just shut down in about 10 minutes, and I thought it was some kind of a watchdog setting enabled, but turns out it wasn't. It was disabled, and for whatever reason, it just shuts down in 10 minutes. It didn't look like it was thermal or anything. I could never figure it out. But anyway, I did go back to the Asus board, and it works just fine. I put it all together, and here's me putting the racking the server for the first time. And like I said, guys, I've been running this server. I'm running Unraid on it. It's mainly for Plex and whatnot. I do run a Blue Iris on it on a virtual machine. I do a few things with virtual machines, but mainly just Plex and media storage is all I'm really doing. So that's that, guys. You can see all the wires look a mess. I did buy some stuff to clean it all up, but being the procrastinator that I am, that's probably been close to a year or two, and I still haven't cleaned these wires up. So in the next video, I do plan on being a lot better and more timely with the updates and just taking care of stuff. As you can see, I'm using the old CRT because it has the VGA, and on the back of the board there's a VGA connection, so I just use that. So that's it, guys. That's all for this video. If you like this kind of content, I've got actually a plethora of different things that I do on this channel, as you could notice if you see some of my videos. But check me out, subscribe, like, all that. See you guys later.